series against St. Louis. St. Louis gave them all that they can handle, and they were able to win the game on Friday. They lost on Saturday, and they won on Saturday with a come behind home run by Jose Ramirez. So, is this a weekend that could possibly turn the corner for them, or is it just foods, fool's gold? Excuse me.
Fool's gold. Mm-hmm. Not get fooled by these guys. Mm-hmm. I do not see them turning the corner because they won the series finally. I see them it give them great momentum right now that they could probably use it. Now, if they take this momentum where they did win, they won 4 out of the last 5. If they take this momentum and run with it, great. I don't see it happening. I'm sorry. I just don't have the faith that I once wanted to have in these guys this year. I don't have it, and it doesn't mean I'm not a fan of theirs. Yes, I hope they change it around, but I just don't see it happening. I'm not trusting them.
Yesterday they beat the Baltimore Orioles, a score of 5-0. Mm-hmm. So that's something positive that you could think about. Because I think the Baltimore Orioles are second in their division.
Second in their division,
yeah. The AL East. So that's kind of a big win for this team. Obviously, they face them the next 2 days as well. But if they can even sweep a series, that would be awesome. Wonderful. This team started off, I think, 9-6 or something like that, or maybe 9-3, and it just kind of exploded from there. So
everywhere. So I said the bottom opened up, but we just
because we're pretty much last to dead last to a couple places from last in almost every statistical every statistical category. Yeah. So that's a problem,
That's not a winning formula.
No, that's not a winning formula at all. Because it's not going to get you out the Central Division.
No.
And right now, I believe they are the middle right now, I think, of the division.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised, but and what's so bad about it? Because it's not like we're up and down. It's like, what I'm saying? It's not like, okay, you have 4 good games and 2 bad games. Mm-hmm. No, we're bad. We just having a good game right now, but we're bad. It's like we're like not a team that I saw last year. We're not that team that I even saw earlier this year. We are really bad, and it's not. It's horrible for us Guardians fans who really are rooting for them, who really thought. And you said at the beginning of the year that we thought these was 90-game win team.
I had 100.
You had 100-game win team.
So I had to walk that back.
I don't even see them at this rate. Would they even win 70? At this rate, it's looking horrible.
Well, the Tigers are 2 games above them. Uh-huh. And then the Twins are in first place with 28 wins and 26 losses. So they're kind of right there in the division.
One of the horrible. That's what I was saying.
You
got a tough division to win.
And if Detroit leading you, that's bad. The White Sox and Royals are terrible as always. It seemed like since they won that World Series that they have never been the same. So right now they're pretty bad. And then the Twins, they hit for power, unfortunately, and this team just doesn't. Small ball is their game, but even that's not working for them right now.
For us. Even small ball isn't working for us. So it's like, we got to figure out. This is where management comes in and figure out what it is that works for us. Because small ball is it? Do you make trades for bats? Do you make trades for pitching? Like, what do you do to get this team back on track? Because right now you're dead, like you said, you were dead last or second to last on every category. So what we're doing is not working. So we go to the farm and pull people up. Like, what do? Do you take people down? You have to figure this out, and you got to figure it out fast.
Well, part of the issue is this team doesn't hit for power and they don't really have any home run hitters
Correct.
unless you're talking about Josh Naylor or Jose Ramirez. You know, the kid that came up clutch and was a hero last year for this team that got sent back down to the minors because he was hitting like 142. So he got sent back to the minors. So last year's hero, Oscar Gonzalez. I believe Zach Plesac doesn't have anything left anymore, and he's down in the minors again. His, derailment has been a couple years in the making now. So I don't anticipate him being with this team much longer. But, unfortunately, I hate to say this, but Shane Bieber is going to have to be traded, and you're going to have to, get a haul of prospects if you trade for Shane Bieber because he's not coming back, once his contract is over because they can't afford to pay him. So, our baseball team is a feeder system for a lot of other teams out there. So I'm not surprised.
They can't afford to pay him, or they won't pay him.
They won't pay him. They can definitely afford to pay him. They just won't.
They got the cheapest contract coming around right now.
Yeah.
They got plenty of room to afford. They just they don't pay. Cleveland is known for not paying people. I mean, that's why we don't have Lindor right now because we wouldn't pay him. Like we don't pay people who deserve payment. You know what I'm saying?
And it's sad because he's only 27 years old, so he's still young. He's still got some years in him. Over 5.
Well over 5. I mean, I think baseball players normally they go to like 30, late 30s, even 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Not pitchers. Pitchers, like Nolan Ryan was like the exception. Randy Johnson.
I was like, Randy went up there. Randy was in his late 30s, wasn't he, when he retired?
I think so.
He was like 38.
But those were like exceptions to the rules. Yeah.
I guess.
It was like that. But yeah, it's just sad because, this is the number one pitcher in your rotation and you have to let him go because your team isn't going to pay him. And I don't know if you remember when the Dolans had said, enjoy him while he's still here about Francisco Lindor.
And who do they own again? What other team they own?
Oh, they own the Knicks.
Okay, exactly. So until they get up out of here, they don't. I mean, look at the Knicks. Like, look at them. Like, it's the same. We're in the same boat. And then they not. And we need to. Unless they sell the team, we're gonna stay in this boat where we're not paying people. Same with the Knicks. Knicks don't pay their players. And it's the same owners. So I don't see why people are gonna be something different because they own the Guardians. It's no different.
All right, we're about to take a break right quick. So you've been listening to her and Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. We got a long break, 5 minutes.
Okay. Hey, John, I don't know if you want to wear those pants to the movie. I mean, to your dad, baby girl.
Huh?
I don't know if you want to wear those pants to see your dad now, baby girl.
Oh,
they showing all your goodies. I mean, they showing all the little pretty underwear you got on now, baby. I mean, they're pretty though.
Yes, I should wear a thong, huh?
They look good.
Can you hear what's on the radio now?
No.
Turner released her debut solo album, Profit Dancer, in 1984. The album won 3 Grammys, including Record of the Year for What's Love Got to Do with It?
Turn his headphones down.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You don't be mad at you. You know how to do this.
In 2021, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo performer. Not only a rock star, but she was an author and actress. She independently published a children's book entitled Angel Fishy Swimming Spree in 2019, along with her self-help book entitled Happiness Becomes You, a guide to changing your life for good in 2020. Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll, was known for her legs, lips, hair, matched with a powerful sultry voice and energetic dancing, all while wearing high heels, blowing away minds at every performance. Tina Turner is an icon. We thank you, Tina Turner, for your contribution to rock and roll, the strength to change your own circumstances, and the resilience to never quit. She was a true rock and roll artist to the bone. And in her words before her passing, this is what I want in heaven. Words to become notes and conversations to be symphonies. WOBU 95.9 FM. Our voice is absolute. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Tina Turner. We thank you.
All the greats got the last celebration. Go now.
Is it too loud in your ear?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I don't know which one you on.
I think so.
Check now.
I can hear it there.
It's loud.
That's me. That's it.
That's the one?
Yeah.
It's down a little bit.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Better than all the rest. Yeah, this is my girl like this. Oh, these were working too today, huh?
What?
Simple.
Do you want to keep talking Guardians?
Huh?
You keep talking. We got a little bit more. Since the break was extra long, we can talk a little bit more.
Okay.
About Guardians.
Oh man, that was a jam. They should have stopped it. Oh, okay. That was jamming right there.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM. This is your girl Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and it is Tuesday. I keep forgetting that it's not Monday, and I have Eddie, the frontman Scott, with me, and also have Brandy Fairfax with me as well.
Oh, they call it the goddess. The goddess is here. and they told her last week she's a goddess.
Yeah, I know, that's so funny.
She's back.
I am here.
Rachel, we already know Rachel famous, so she gonna say it.
I ain't famous at all.
Man, stop it. You got commercials. Rachel's so humble, but she got fans, y'all. Like, she is known in the sports world in Cleveland, all around Cleveland, y'all. She might leave and go to ESPN one day.
We'll see.
We're gonna cry when she goes. Just don't forget about me. Look, I'll be a makeup artist or something. Like I do something. Bring me with you.
You know how to do makeup?
I ain't great at it, but I can do a good blush.
Oh my God.
Good foundation.
That doesn't do anything.
I can put a good foundation on.
You just make a line for blush.
Look, I gotta do some lip lines.
I need you talking about you contour some faces or something.
Look, we ain't gonna look. We ain't have you out here not looking like a clown, but you have you all right. I ain't gonna put you out here like some of these celebrity makeup artists. I have you all right out here though.
Yeah, like in the 80s.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You like, oh, okay, I don't look too messed up. I look all right.
What's up, Brandy? How you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
B.
Oh,
Can we hear you, B?
I gotta cut her microphone on. That's why.
Hey,
Hey, Brandy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How was your holiday?
Pretty good. Not too bad. Didn't do too much.
You cook?
No.
No, my parents did though.
Oh, okay.
Freddie is young. He's young.
Why you trying to front on her? She
Freddie,
might
come
know
on.
how to cook.
I ain't say she don't know how to cook. She probably know how to cook some good. She know how to cook some warm with some noodles. College, she just got out of college, man.
Leave her alone.
Tell them the truth, Bree. B. Tell them the truth. You just learned how to cook, did you?
No, I know how to cook, but holidays and stuff, my mom still does that.
Yeah, because it's like people take pride in that or something, or they want to do it.
I still came out to Manor, and I know they made some steaks out there. y'all had some steaks, B?
They did.
I told them, I knew they had some steaks out there, man. I can't got to the wrong parties, man.
We don't really have steak for the holidays. Listen, like you know those like the outdoor holidays.
Every friend of mine who lives out in that area since I've been a kid has always made steaks on the holidays.
Really?
It never failed. Like my buddy Chris, I could go to his house and guarantee me a steak. They always make them.
Mm-hmm.
Grill them on the grill. Hit them with the perfect medium well.
Mm-hmm.
To medium rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never failed. Give me a good little steak.
That's how I eat my steak too, medium rare.
Mm-hmm. Give me a good little steak. You know, I eat more of mine in the morning is medium.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I like a medium steak. Cause normally I ain't gonna finish it, so I can throw it up and recook it. Listen, I'll never finish my steak because the steaks I get are always meaty, man. I'll be honest with you. Give me a bone-in ribeye steak. That's about 23 ounces right there. You can't eat all that, man.
Yeah, my steaks are meaty too, but I'm able to eat them in one full setting.
Oh, Lord, what you do to me?
You all right, Eddie?
Oh, no, that just messed my ear up. How about you?
Oh, sorry.
No, that was his. That was Chris. Chris doing.
Well, here's the problem. You guys talk with the headphones close to the mic and it sounds real bad for radio.
Yeah, but you just made my ears buzz. It's all right, y'all. It's cool. I don't know if y'all can hear me all though, but yeah, give me a good steak though. Brady, I can't hear you right now. Sorry, baby girl.
Put them headphones back on.
No, you just popping my ears every time you move.
You don't hear them now, but I'm trying to fix it so it doesn't sound bad on the radio,
right,
so I don't get a text.
Go ahead and fix it.
You guys sounded bad on the radio.
Go ahead and fix it. I'll
put it back on.
When you move.
All right, Brandy. So we were talking a little bit about the Cleveland Guardians before we went to break. And pretty much, you know, they are winners 3 out of 4 yesterday. They kind of demolished Baltimore. So is this something that can inspire change for the rest of the season, or is it just something that we're looking at is like, okay, whatever, they're going to go back to sucking?
You know, I hope it's a turning point. Baltimore's been a pretty decent team so far this year. So, you know, they're better than us. So, you know, to be able to beat them 5-0 is pretty good. But, you know, hopefully this is a turning point. But I still think we probably need a trade, whether it's at a batter or a pitcher. I think we still need one more trade.
I agree with you 100%. Ms. Brady. We definitely need a trade, get a pitcher, another batter, like I just said. I just said that before you got on there. So we are on the same page as usual. Ms. Fairfax.
Well, we had talked right before you came on. We had talked about Shane Bieber is going to get traded. That's the real bargaining chip that you have is him. You know, he's still young. You know, he can bring you back some young prospects, and we're looking for prospects that can actually hit the ball. So that's one of the things is that, you know, we're pretty much dead last to right before last, in every statistical category. So that's part of the issue that we're having. We're not hitting home runs. I think we are statistically the last in the league as far as hitting home runs go. So this team doesn't hit for power. What are you hitting for? Because small ball isn't going to win you a lot of games when you're going up against, you know, Tampa Bay or even in your own division going up against the Twins. And all I can think of is Max Kepler owns the Guardians So it doesn't matter which picture, because if you go in Trevor Bauer's Wikipedia, not Trevor Bauer's Wikipedia, but if you go in Max Kepler's Wikipedia, it says owner of Trevor Bauer, because he used to give Trevor Bauer fits when he pitched. There's going to be changes coming, and I was just telling Eddie, when the Dolans told us that enjoy Francisco Lindor while he's here. I don't think that they're going to say that about Shane, because that went over really bad. But, that's their same mantra as well. And at this point, I think a lot of people have prepared themselves for him leaving, and a gap in our rotation. So we're already, one of the things that is an issue is the bullpen. The ERA is to 3.28, and they have blown many saves. But one of the bright spots is Xavier Curry and Eli Morgan when they come in. Sam Hinches, he got out of a bases loaded jam on Saturday, which was kind of amazing because I didn't really think he was going to get out of it. And it was funny, I said to somebody, I don't think he's going to get out of this. And he did get out of it, which was huge. And unfortunately, we didn't win the game, but it put us in a better position. We only lost, I believe, by 2 runs, I think. So that was good. So Xavier Curry is a bright spot on this team. I know that they think very highly of him. I still don't think he got his first start yesterday because they keep bringing him out in relief. So Angel De Los Santos is also doing pretty well when he goes out there too. So, but also Chris Antonetti and Terry Francona, they have worries about the bullpen as well. So that's not great. When your general manager and Terry Francona are having issues about the bullpen. So we already know that there's been plenty of blown saves. What is his name? Our closer? I can't remember. I drew a blank all of a sudden. Emmanuel Classe, excuse
Yeah.
me. He's blown 5 saves right now, and he's only he blew 4 last season, and we're 50 games into the season, so we're a quarter of the way through the season. What are you guys' thoughts about Emmanuel Classe? Should he remain our closer, or should we look at other options as well?
I'm trying to believe last season was a fluke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at this point, I don't think nobody should feel safe in their position. For me, I don't care who you are. None of us are playing like superstars. None of us is playing great baseball. So I don't feel anybody should feel like, oh, I got this, I'm okay, my position is safe. Personally, um, so yeah, if I'm the Guardians, yes, I'm definitely looking for another closer.
hmm Brandy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think we probably need a different closer. I agree with what Eddie said too. I think no one should probably, feel that they're safe, especially, at pitching. They've kind of all been all over the place the whole season. So I think really Tristan, being injured, I think is probably in the safest spot right now is looking at the pitchers.
Facts, absolutely, 100% facts.
Yeah, and he's they said he was due back at the end of the month. I don't think that he has finished his spring training. He has an extended spring training due up for his injury out where spring training is. But also, I think Aaron Savali has that as well because he's been injured too. So they both have rehab starts out at spring training, then they'll go down to AAA and have a few starts down there before they can come back up. So, really not having Tristan on the mound, it hurts us. And you're bringing out a lot of new pitchers. You're giving them a chance to see where their stuff is. And so far, some of them are doing a good job. So you never know. I don't think Zach Plesac is coming back, and I kind of hope he doesn't. And if he does, he doesn't come back as a Guardian. So that's where I'm at on that. And yeah, these 1-run games that kind of make you bite the edge of your seat. So, it's really hard in those one-run games, and apparently Cleveland isn't on the better end of those one-game wins. So, just like on Sunday, where they had to come from behind, and they were actually able to do that. Jose Ramirez was able to hit a home run, so it was kind of awesome for that to take
Well, I said, but
place.
let's be honest. I know I wasn't the only one who was surprised by that comeback. I know all you guys who've been watching the Guardians had to be surprised that
I absolutely
they
did.
came back and won that game on Saturday.
Brandy, were you? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask Brandy, was she surprised? Because I know I was.
Oh, definitely.
If you weren't surprised by that comeback win, you have not been watching the Guardians. You can't be watching. You couldn't be watching the same baseball team that we watch every other day, because they've been horrendous. And for them to come back Saturday, I was like, I was going in and out the game because getting ready for prime. But I'm like when I was watching, I'm like, yeah, it's over. I'm like, okay, there ain't no point in keep watching this. Let me go ahead and get my son. And I go back to it. Like, oh, we won home run. Oh my goodness, we won.
I wouldn't have been surprised if this was last year.
Though. No.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
Last year wouldn't surprise me. This year, that's like the whole season have surprised me. Like, first of all, I did not expect it to be this bad. Like, I did not. And again, anybody who are true Guardian fans or former Indian fans, you cannot convince me that you knew that it was going to be this bad this year. I would not believe you, because the expectations for them this year were huge because of last year itself.
Yeah, they were very high.
Yeah, so there's no one I can talk to that can convince me that I already knew they weren't going to be that good. No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
we had that discussion many times. Rach, like, come on, we talked about we didn't expect this one.
Yeah, you thought that they were going to defend the Central Division title. They pushed the Yankees to 5 games. There was a lot of pressure on this team and a lot of expectation. So, Brandy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Last year I think they had like 40 to 50 wins coming from behind. So, last year that was, pretty expected. I also do hope Oscar Gonzalez is able to come back. I think, he played pretty well, especially where he was at in the rotation.
I don't see him coming back anytime soon.
I'm about to say, but I don't think he's coming back no time.
Because he's stinking it up in AAA. So I don't know when he's coming back. It might be a couple weeks, couple months, or whatever.
But you said a couple weeks. That's I think you pushing it because the way he's been playing.
Well, I think like you said, we had high expectations, and a lot of those expectations were on these younger guys. But this year is different, where they're trying to make the roster, trying to make the playoff roster. But, all these guys had positions with these teams, and they've slowly kind of faded out, had to go back to AAA and stuff like that. So I think that it's not as much of a sense of urgency as it was last year and things like that. And there was a lot of pressure put on these rookies as well to step it up and be even better this year. And I think that's just, part of life, sometimes. And I'm not saying that they failed, but they have failed to live up to the expectations that have been set for them. Because remember, Giannis Antetokounmpo's Giannis. I'm
Good
just
job.
Say it like that.
Good job.
I messed up the last name.
Good job.
But he gave a great speech when he was asked by a reporter if they felt like they failed.
Yeah.
And, he was like, that's just part of life. They're not going to win every game, no matter how good he is, no matter how good, every team is that he's playing against, or how good his teammates are. And he didn't say I'm a failure. It's just a learning lesson. So maybe these guys, can come back and be produced for this team and help this team defend their title, because they're only 3.5 games out. So, a couple wins here, a couple wins there, they'll be right back at it.
That's the thing. You're 3.5 games out of a horrible Central Division.
Yeah, so if you go on a streak, That's all you need.
I guess we look at it from that point in. Like, yeah, we're going to street and get in first place in our trash division. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's you get in the first place in the division doesn't make me be like, oh, make me believe it because the division is horrible.
Well, the Tigers are only one game up on the Guardians. So, I mean, they're 25 and 27, the Tigers, and the Guardians are 24 and 29. So, I don't buy Detroit at all. So, I buy the Twins, but I still think that we can win the division. I still think that. I got to believe that. I got to hope that. So,
Listen, I think Rachel was trying to win again because she's been on. She's
uh,
been on lately, and we're gonna get to that with the basketball. She has been on picking these teams,
right.
and I think she wants to be right again. Actually,
No, I don't know because this team is too much of a risk. So I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Her and Huddle on WOVU at 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Two 30. 2:30. The break. Oh, that's nowhere near the microphone.
It's nothing about you forgetting. You gotta know. You getting teams. I'm gonna just go cut your show. You won't have me in your show.
Eddie, what he say?
I'm gonna bring Marshawn back.
My son got a job. He be working for high school.
He works for Believing.
Oh, he do?
I mean, he do stuff for Believing. That's all I gotta do is go. And these gonna be the things. That's it.
So is the third one broke? Because I know the first one is.
So just keep it down here and just the main one. See?
Okay.
And then for Eddie's, just make sure Eddie's one is on and the rest of them are off because the sound goes into the mic.
Okay.
Right? What's she doing?
She already finger block her thing out when we're on break. Don't do that.
You know who's representing D-Hop right now, don't you?
No, who?
Kelly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
good chance we get him though.
Huh?
It's a good chance we get him. We the front runners right now.
I mean, Kelvin is the agent. So Caden, of course, Kelvin, because he's from here, he's going to chop him first here, and he got two other guys. He represents.
What about the fact that he wasn't really enthusiastic about saying he played with Deshaun again?
Well, you supposed to be hyped?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Why?
they did good together.
Okay, so but why you got to show it down? Because you battery.
Oh.
I think the fact that we're the front runner shows that he's okay. He don't mind playing with him.
He don't got to show his cards. Why show your cards early?
Yeah.
It's called bidding. If he says that, nobody's going to bid for his service. The price doesn't go up.
Understandable.
Bidding.
That makes sense. Never show all your cards.
You got a good chance to go to the Super Bowl, like Eddie said.
Me.
All right. Welcome back to Her and Hunter on WOVU 95.9 FM. Keep in mind that you can always listen to us online at WOVU.org. You can download that WOVU app and listen to us on the go. You can listen on regular radio at 95.9 FM. And you can always contact the studio with any questions, comments, or concerns anytime at 216-271-0959. All right, Eddie. Give me my flowers now.
All right, so let me get Rach her flowers. So, Rach was right. She picked Boston versus, she picked Denver versus the Heat. and I said it wasn't going to happen. I said Boston was going to play against the Lakers. She didn't believe me, and now I have to give her flowers because she was right. I was wrong. So, with that being said, Rachel, congratulations. I owe you dinner.
Steaks.
I
Woo!
owe her dinner.
When the boss pays, you eat fillets.
I
That's courtesy of Bob Parker.
was wrong.
Brandy, what did you have? What did you predict?
Denver versus Boston.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say she was with me. She was with me.
Yeah, no. After the Heat went up 2-0, I was like, this is done.
I think if Jason Tatum didn't hurt his ankle, they would have won that game 7.
Make history, man.
I don't think so.
I thought history was gonna be made again when they went up 3-1. Like, and Boston came back and made a game 7 in Boston. I thought it was gonna be different.
Yeah.
Like you said, Taylor went down with an ankle injury. I think that made a big difference. I think they need to go ahead and trade Brown on over here to Cleveland for DG.
So wait, I gotta read the message board. So Mike Hughes says, "Breaking news: Mike Hughes loves Brandy."
I thought Mike been called. That's it. That's who called you the goddess last week. Goddess Brandy. Listen, you have a fan, Brandy.
If you can how red Brandy Turner right now.
Oh, so funny.
The Tigers will always lose when I can't see. Oh, Javi is starting. LOL. So yeah, but back to the getting away from Mike for a little bit. Back to
Brandy, you're in love.
What do you think is the most? What do y'all think? And Brandy, I'll take you first.
Please, so Mike can hear her voice.
Oh my God! Don't be trying to take Mike's woman.
Mike can hear her voice. I'm trying to help Mike out. I'm his wingman.
So, what do y'all think was the eventual downfall of the not of the Lakers, but of the Boston Celtics?
I know.
I said Brandy.
Before this series, a lot of people had said that they thought Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's like peak of playing together was already reached. So I don't know. I kind of agree with that. I think also, Jason Tatum injuring his ankle really hurt. And then honestly, Jaylen Brown played horrible just himself. I think he had like 9 turnovers, which you can't have that at all being the second star on the team. You can't have that many turnovers and expect to win.
Mm-hmm. I think it was like 8 or something like that. 7 to 8, I think he got. Because I was just reading about it. But yeah, they're talking about breaking that up, which I'm really shocked and surprised. I think you can win with them, but I don't know if they were into this series. I think they took Miami for granted. And Miami came out and showed that just because we're the 8th seed and you are the number 2, that means nothing. We're going to get in here and we basketball players too. So we're going to get in here and do our thing. And, the Heat had just been mowing people down, which is crazy. Obviously they dispatched of Milwaukee very quickly. So that already showed at that series that they were nothing to be played with. So I'm not sure, I wonder if the Cavs had played them, would they have beaten the Cavs with the way that they've been playing now? They've been playing very clutch. Jimmy Butler has a supporting cast that has helped as well. Bam has been there for him. And what was the one guy last night that contributed a lot? Caleb Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Caleb Martin. So he's had some contributors and some help too. So it's not just Jimmy Butler having to do everything. He has a supporting cast. So and they're the number 8 seed, so they're playing for some pride as well. So I'm super excited for the Heat, but I'm not rooting for them. I'm going to be rooting for Denver. I'm not rooting for Kevin Love to win another ring, even though it kind of wasn't his fault that he left. I know, but he was a crappy player and had a bad attitude when we were really bad in 2020.
I'm rooting for the Heat in this series.
Why? They already got titles. This is Denver's first trip to the NBA Finals, and they don't have any titles. They were kind of like us. Well, we had been a couple times.
I don't need this. I don't care about Denver. I ain't like Denver since they did when they did my boy Carmelo. I ain't like Denver since when they got AI. They did the same thing to him. Get Denver. Let's go Heat. I got Heat winning in 6.
Brandy, what you thinking over there?
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily rooting for either team. I'm kind of neutral. I think Denver will probably win, but I'm curious to see how they're saying Tyler Hero might come back game 3. So I'm curious to see how adding him back is going to help the Heat as well.
And it's crazy that they did all this without Tyler Hero as well.
That's what I'm saying. If he comes back, and wait, but he could come back rusty.
Yeah.
That could be a problem. Because bringing them back could disrupt the chemistry that they have right now, that they built to get here. So, it'd be tough. But you do play like you gotta play. But like I said, I'm like you, Brandy. I'm not necessarily rooting for anyone. I just don't like I just don't like. First of all, they beat the Lakers, so respect the Lakers. That's another reason why I like them. I just don't like Denver. They're a boring team. They're boring to watch.
But maybe they're so boring to watch because they're a good team.
Yeah, they remind you of the Spurs. Remember the Spurs?
Yeah.
Spurs are so boring to watch.
Yeah.
But they were winning championships.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Denver is the Spurs. Don't get me wrong by any means. Like that was a legendary drive by when they had Tony Parker, Ginobili, and
Tim Duncan.
Oh my God, I went blank for a second. When they had them guys, granted that was a historic team right there. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Denver is them, but as far as their play being boring to watch, they're definitely the same boat.
Yeah, I didn't want them to make it because I didn't want to have to watch them. But it's going to be a very interesting finals because I believe that Miami will bring that spark that is needed. So I think it might be a kind of cool final.
I think it'll be a snooze fest. I'm sorry.
And I'm rooting for Denver. So
I'm not. Brandy, I can't believe you went against me. Mike, I don't know. I don't know if she's in the right mind today. Mike, I don't know what's wrong with the goddess today.
You're so silly, man. You crazy.
Mike, you might have to take her out on the dinner 1 or 2 dates, man. Your mind correct, because she just picked Denver too.
One of the things I wanted to touch on too before we use the final minutes to talk DeAndre Hopkins and the Browns is that LBJ mentioned something that never came out of his mouth before, and that was the R word, the retirement word.
Say it out loud.
Yeah. Sorry, I already said it.
Don't say that.
But he mentioned it for like the first time ever.
Say yes.
So that raised some concerns, and people were saying that excuse me. I was looking at my OBJ t-shirt today. LBJ has lost his step. So there's a lot of people saying that.
Yes, it showed. That last game where he got blocked, come on, man. LeBron was a freight train through that, laid the ball up, made that shot, and we kept it going. LeBron looked tired. He looked tired this last series. And without him, as you can see, everybody wants to say AD. And without LeBron James, that team wasn't winning.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James is the Lakers. The Lakers are LeBron. I don't think you put it on AD back and have him carry a team like LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
But LeBron is losing. He lost a step. It showed.
So how many years does he have left in him? Because when Vince Carter, that's what I was thinking too. Chris says he has 2 years left in him. I think the year his son, who's very overrated, comes to the league.
Very overrated. he listen.
No slander.
Listen. Ronnie is
Average.
average. Nah, I'll give him above average. I'll give when he plays. I'll give him a good C plus B.
If his dad wasn't LeBron James, he would get no. Yeah, we can hear you.
Uh-huh. Listen. I'm not. He's average. I give him average. Yeah, show me Bronny. Right. Show me average basketball player. Put Bronny highlight tapes on.
I think that LeBron has 2 years left in him because he's waiting for his son to come and play. So I think that year his son, that first year his son will be LeBron's last year.
It's just like the Ball brothers. The baby boy is better.
Mm-hmm.
Baby boy is better. It's gonna be the same with here.
Yeah.
Bronny is okay. I'm not putting him in the high schools. He may have been a superstar, but if you watch him play, he's average. He would not be. I'm gonna give you a good example. Tim Hardaway Jr. in high school was a dog. To get to the pros, he's a glorified 6 man. That's gonna be Bronny. Bronny might he might get on because of his name. People might try him out because of his name, but he'll be a glorified role player. No, he gonna make it to the league, but he's gonna make it to the league. He's gonna make it to the league off his name alone, though. Let's be honest. Michael Jordan's son made it to the league off his name and was trash. He wasn't. He was trash. But that's my point. Even Bronny gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna make it to the league. I'm not denying that. I don't think he's gonna be as good as everybody think he's gonna be in the league. No. I didn't say he was average high school basketball player. I say he's a great high school basketball player, but that's where it's gonna end. The grade is gonna end in high school. I hope it don't. I want it to go past high school. I don't see it. He is. If he didn't go past high school, I'd be surprised. I mean, because he has the ability to be great. I just don't see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely. He got a nice shot, but we'll see. Like I'm rooting for you because you're LeBron James' son. I'm rooting for you big time.
I'm not. He should have chosen Ohio State.
I mean, I think if his dad still was here in Cleveland, he would have chosen Ohio State.
Yeah, me too.
I think because he was in LA, his dad plays in LA, he chose USC.
But I think his heart probably was at Ohio State.
I think so too.
But Ohio State is too trashy.
Michigan people.
I agree with him. Basketball is kind of trashy there.
Listen, he can play football too. His dad good at football. Remember, his dad could play both sports. His dad chose to play basketball. He could play both sports.
Brandy, how many years do you think LeBron has left?
Good years?
I think 2 years.
Good years?
2.
I'd say this was his last good year.
And you're just going to be around?
You said good years. Not years. Play. You can play in years. I mean, you want to. Good years? And you see, by the time knocking on the door, the next guy was kicking in the door. By the time
he's undefeated.
And it showed that last game that by the time it was like, hey,
but didn't he play like the whole game?
No.
What was the game where he played all 48 minutes?
That was like what, game 1 or 2 he played all 48 minutes. But this game he played half the third quarter, he played all the fourth quarter. Like he played the entire fourth quarter. But he might as well sit down because he went 1 for 7 in the fourth?
Well, whatever it is, he gone fishing right now. But want to thank everybody for listening today. This is Rachel Hill for Brandy Fairfax, for Eddie Scott, for Chris Westbrook.